Hello, fabulous superstar Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2024. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is this a very special time. And it truly is so special now. Powerful energies with us, and it starts right out of the gate. On the first of the month, we have this month's new moon, and this new moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with career, social standing, life purpose, your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. This new moon is speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn, which is moving through a financial part of your sky. I have to say, I love this energy for you. This represents new career opportunities that come with more responsibility, but also come with an increase of pay. But this could also correlate to an understanding on your part of your purpose and where it is you want to focus in on, and what is worth doing for money and what is not worth doing for money. But I think more than anything, this energy is going to show you where you're on the right path. Whether it's through a promotion, an interview, audition situation, you get very clear about what is required in a given moment and what's going to be required as part of whatever new opportunities are likely to present themselves to you. And you get to decide if that's a way you want to go. You're making your choices consciously, and that can be rather exciting. There's going to be attention on you in one way or another. And if it is that you do have interview or audition situations come up, especially at the beginning of the month, you want to be sure to emphasize your experience and what you do well as part of securing what may feel like a very stable opportunity for you. As we navigate forward, the middle of the month is huge. I have to say, it is massive. We have a very active sky mid-month. We have a full moon on the 15th. Now, this full moon is hand in hand with your modern ruling planet, Uranus. And it is also speaking in harmony with Neptune, which is very inspiring. Neptune in a financial part of the sky. This full moon at the foundation of your chart, if you have a home-based business or you work with homes, this can be an energy of prosperity, but this can be a lot of healing right where you are in the home space and with your family of origin and with your past. Here's something else though. We are going to have Pluto speaking in supreme harmony with this full moon, and just 4 days later re-entering your sign. And that's when Pluto will stay for the next 20 years to come. So I know I've been talking to you about that Pluto, right? In all kinds of ways as we've gone along this journey. I mean, going back like 5-6 years, I've been talking to you about this already in the decade ahead horoscope and such, but I'll continue to as well. Having said that, let me say the fact that the last important alignment that Pluto's going to make is with this full moon before it enters your sign, I think is really encouraging, because it's like some inner work is done, some inner spiritual lesson is fully understood, and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to come to an understanding of self that is different, that is not so much about whatever might be happening and what you're healing and what you're letting go, but whom you are moving towards. Now, this is further emphasized by the fact that hours before the full moon perfects, your ancient ruling planet, Saturn, goes direct as well. I can't think of energy that says you see the past differently, you let go of what you no longer need, and you move forward with your life. Like, if ever there was a very clear sign, we've got all of this happening right around the same time, is so powerful for you more than other signs out there. Pluto leaving the sign before yours, this part of the sky that has to do with restlessness and the dream space and karmic cleansing, well, all of that is going to feel very intense for you now. But then Pluto re-enters your sign, and this is where you understand something about your own strength and your own truth. Saturn is moving forward in a part of the sky for you that has to do with self-love and self-esteem, but also financial matters. And I feel like this is going to help you to understand what's worth the money and what isn't worth the money. but it's also going to root you in healthy self-love going forward from here, which is part of the gift and the potential of this time as well. And of course, that full moon grounding you in key ways, helping you to see the past differently and being surprised by the past. It might pop up in some way. I'll talk about that in just a moment when we get to the love portion of this video, but it could also be your release from the regret of the past, knowing that you don't have to carry it into your future anymore. So big energies at play here that ultimately are all about you feeling very sure that you are starting a brand new chapter. That's very exciting. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it is going to be a week into this month that Mars in shadow will move into your opposite sign. It's going to go retrograde here next month. And a key part of this larger Mars retrograde season is that Mars in your opposite sign. But Mars is sort of moving in and out of another part of the sky as well, which has to do with what the evidence is showing you. Being honest with yourself about that. Looking at your sense of well-being and how the people you align with speak to that and affect that for you in ways that you like or in ways that you don't. It is this energy now that suggests breakups that happen tend to not stay broken up. You are one of the signs that needs to be aware of that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do whatever feels right for you to do in light of a given moment or a given circumstance. What we also have happening is that full moon, which awakens your past for you in some way. And so that could be the freedom of the regret of the past, but it could also be your past popping up in unexpected moments. I want you to consider that on the 11th of the month, Venus moves into the sign just before yours. Next month, Venus enters your sign. That is a brand new chapter in the context of love for you, right around the corner. And when Venus is in the sign before yours, it tends to suggest cleansing, closure, karmic closures where you need them, forgiveness, putting any resentment behind you, whether it's about a past person or current situation, so that you can move forward, more open to love than you've been before. It's the culmination of a cycle that's ultimately preparing you for your heart opening wide just a month later. And that's going to be next month. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. But for now, yeah, it's a big month for you in the context of love. You want to pay attention to whatever might be happening for you because it's going to stir you very deeply. Your desire to partner up will have you taking chances, taking risks, being gutsy. There's a desire on your part to pour your love, your attention towards another person, whether you're looking for them or you have them already. But there's also going to be a need to reflect on self, to understand where these desires, feelings come from, what part of you inside is awakened now. For those of you open to meeting someone new, I think that desire to partner up is going to be very strong. You're likely going to feel it physically as well. And you get to decide what you're going to do with it, of course, and do about it. But for all that, we do have you asking yourself some deeper questions about why you want what you want, whom you're drawn to, what that says about you, but also what you're really going for. Are you wanting something more stable, more long-term? Well, I think the awarenesses around all these questions are going to arise for you. And you're going to spend the Mars retrograde season figuring out the right answers for you. For those of you just starting to date someone, that desire to pour yourself towards another, to give to another person is going to feel very strong now. And it's only going to magnify more and more as we navigate this time. Now, around the full moon, though, I think emotion is going to stir very strongly. And it's going to be centered around how comfortable you feel with this person or not. Yes, breakups that happen tend to not stay broken up, but that doesn't mean you should stay in a situation that isn't resonating with you in any way in this current time. But it could be that this situation is resonating with you. And if that's the case, oh boy, do I ever see you jumping all in. I mean, I would not be surprised if in an instant you shacked up. I mean, literally, that's the kind of energy we have mid-month. So just be mindful that that is a tendency. And if you know that isn't something that you want, well, just have contingencies in place is all I'm saying. But whatever you do it consciously, and you can't make a wrong choice. And for those of you in an established bond, well, the overwhelming majority are going to just find that your partner becomes more important to you. There's a desire to be alone and be home with your partner, to shut the world out, to create a sacred space for the two of you around that full moon. But for all that, there will be a small percent out there. If you felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, Mars moving into your opposite sign just makes frustration stir so strongly. So pace yourself and be yourself. You know, I like to say that, but that's going to be an important focus for you at this time. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It is a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say, well, one thing that I should have mentioned, didn't mention, is Mercury retrograde begins this month. On the 7th of the month, Mercury goes into shadow. On the 25th goes retro, and will stay retro to the middle of December. We'll go direct, and then at the beginning of a new year, we'll leave shadow. And this is Mercury retrograde in a friendship and social part of your sky. And this is about you connecting with friends out of nowhere, reconnecting with people that you know, or that you care about in surprising ways. Mercury has to do with messages online or, traditional snail mail. It also has to do with modes of transportation. And so it's in these two particular realms that those random, unexpected, oh, wow, there you are kind of interactions could transpire for you. So just be open to that possibility wherever it finds you. Some moments will feel warm. Some moments might feel a little weird, but that's okay. That is a key characteristic. And you are a very friendly sign, a social sign, an air sign, and a sign that values acquaintances in particular. And so, yeah, you get to decide what you're going to do in the context of any given moment. And running into people unexpectedly, hearing from people that long ago were in your life and they just pop up again, well, there is something kind of thrilling about it and joyous as well. Thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com or thefutureismagical.com. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.